Hello, welcome to Talk right here on the Las Cruces channel on our Corona Cast. I'm Mark Steffen.
I am Michael Mandel, and we're about to unmask ourselves so you can verify that for yourselves. Oh, we are us.
That's us.
Yes.
Well, it's me anyway.
You've seen us before, like, robbing banks and stuff with our masks on.
Now look at all these bottles in front of us, Michael.
We are doing something weird. There is not one usual alcohol that we start with here.
Not us.
We have some weird ones. This is, the first drink we're going to do is called the Remind Me cocktail, and it's not made with vodka or gin like we usually do, or even scotch. It's made with grappa.
Which is what, Michael?
Grappa is fermented grapes that's then distilled into something that sort of gives you a headache. So almost all cultures have this. In Germany, they call stuff made from grapes Mark, named after you.
Other countries call it wine.
No, other countries, you could actually, it's cognac.
Oh, that's cooked wine.
Yeah. Cooked wine? Well, this is not even made actually of the grapes. It's made out of
skins, right?
Skins
and seeds?
Seeds, yes.
Do they mash the seeds
yes,
and get everything they can?
In honor of this, I just want to say, we used to drink grappa a lot. And
yes.
Then I think we got too old.
Well, how much did you drink?
Bottles.
Thankfully, we're not going to drink much more than that, right?
No, that's it.
Okay.
And then the theme of this show, in a way, is Averna, because I just found my bottle of Averna, and I wanted to use it, so I looked up recipes, and these recipes, there's not many recipes there's 22 in Difford's guide, but these two were the only ones that didn't involve things like cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
Okay, sometimes put cream in it and other stuff.
Okay, well,
so it's good, but it's an interesting flavor.
Averna. Now, that's like
it's an amaro.
An amaro.
It's one of the most popular amaros in Italy. This one's from Sicily, and we love things from Sicily.
Well, who doesn't?
The Greeks.
Well, you know how they are.
Yeah. So it's an ounce and a half of the grappa, 2/3 of an ounce of Averna, and one of my favorite new things, which is sort of an extension of Cointreau and Grand Marnier. It's Mandarine Napoleon.
Yes, we had that before on this show.
I like this.
We like it.
Yeah. It's got a great bottle.
So if grappa tastes like crap, this will fix it, right?
I'm hoping. Luckily, I have this show to use as a test site and see how things go. Then we could, and you're the test subject.
Good thing. I do this as a public service.
Yeah, well, and
all of you out there, so you don't have to make the same mistakes that we make.
You have a good tolerance level. Sometimes.
I do a show with you, don't I?
I wonder. Yeah, it's a mutual show, isn't it? It sounds good. Maybe I need more ice.
I think it's there.
No, you have to be able to freeze your fingers off. That's how much you got to do. But we have a great show coming in anticipation of Las Cruces Film Festival, who Mark is the star of, along with Ross Marks. Mark loaned him his first name for his second name. So,
look at the color.
Wow, good color.
It's like a nice amber.
Sort of like a scotch, kind of. Huh.
I take the rest.
Take a rest or
the rest?
Oh, sorry, I understood that wrong.
I see. Okay, I think I can smell the grappa, to my displeasure. Grappa's got a dirty sock kind of a taste to it, doesn't it?
But this tastes pretty good. This does taste good.
You put enough stuff in here.
No, it tastes good. It tastes like stuff that you would want to drink.
Well, there's 3 things in it, right?
The first time I had grappa, I had never heard of it, and we were driving around this country called Italy, and we stopped in a town called Grappa, and we walked over this wooden bridge, and across the bridge was a store or a bar that said Grappa, and that was we thought it was just named after the town. We walked in, and we said, "What do you have here?" They said, "Grappa." And we said, we'll have some. And they said, what kind do you want?
Yes.
Which we never think about.
They probably had 12 different kinds, right?
Yes, and to be simple, they said yellow and green, which they did have. So we had one of each.
Well,
we actually liked it.
You mix them together, you get purple.
Is that how you look at your colors?
Now, I noticed you cut some lime there. But
That's
the lime's
for the
not
next
for this.
drink. That's for the next drink. This one is called the Remember Me, which I forgot the name of, but that's why I wrote it down. I think this is good.
As you know, we always do two drinks, a version after the break of the first version that we do. And so now that we've got our first drink.
Balanced. I think this is really balanced.
And I think the ice is a good thing to have with it.
Yeah, I was telling you about the drink we had last night with Averna.
Yes.
And it had Averna. I think it had Cynar, and it had some other stuff, but it was more of an extended Negroni. It was a Grappa, an Averna Negroni.
Now, many of these items you can't find in local bars.
No, we can't find them here anymore.
You'd be lucky to find them in liquor stores.
Cynar and maybe Mandarine Napoleon you could get at Kelly's.
Kelly's.
But now, here, let me give you some more of these.
Oh, very good. Thank
So
you.
now that city to the south of us is opening up, and you'll be able to go to Specs, and you get all this stuff there.
Well, you know, we have the film festival. The Las Cruces International Film Festival is up and running right now. And you can get your tickets for it. You go on the website, Las Cruces International Film Festival. You can get tickets. You pay for it just like you would any film festival. You watch them online.
Like you would any
Right.
personal
Every
Zoom.
event, seminar, film is all virtually presented. And this year, they always have special guests come in.
Who is it this time, Mark?
Well, this time we have
The big one.
big-time director Peter Bogdanovich.
Who directed what?
Oh, The Last Picture Show
yes,
and Texas
that's it.
Town and Mask.
Yes, he took Woody Allen's face and stretched his forehead up. That's about it.
We also have the famous actor Judge Reinhold coming on. Judge Reinhold was in a film that Mark Medoff wrote
Yeah.
called Offbeat.
So Mark Medoff is still calling
Back
up
in the 80s?
favors from the grave. You know, it's,
We also have Max Gale, who's an actor, and we also have screenwriter Tom Schulman. So those are the special guests coming in. And the live show, the live awards presentation show for the film festival will be on the Las Cruces channel live at 8 o'clock Saturday night.
they'll be
Right here from Las Cruces
over there.
Studios.
Not in Mark's ear, but past Mark's ear. The set for the live show
Right,
is going to be.
live on the Las Cruces
So he
channel
could-
network.
He's going to sleep over and then just,
Also, you can go to Las Cruces International Film Festival Facebook channel, and it'll be there too. All coming out and originating from the Las Cruces studios, right here in. And there used to be Film Las Cruces studios run by Film Las Cruces, which is a city entity. They lost their studios, as we mentioned last week. They got sold out from under them.
Well, they didn't get
Sad
sold
but
out
true.
from- They weren't making any money, I'm guessing, is what happened.
No,
so.
and they didn't own them either.
So, are we going to talk about the food, or does that food come later? The
Well-
food's really fun, it sounds like.
Well, yes, there's special deals connected with the film festival at certain restaurants. For instance, Saturday night, if you're watching this tonight, Saturday, Andele has a special film festival price and dish. You can get there. I'll just say that the Las Cruces International Film Festival sent you, and you'll get that special bargain. Sunday, Lorenzo's,
Yeah.
Las Cruces, is doing the same thing.
And last night, wasn't that Amador? That was really good, wasn't it?
It's delicious.
Yeah, we had it last
The
night.
Amador? Yes, and in the past, the Amador has hosted parties for the film festival. Sadly, this year, because of the virus, we can't have parties where people are close up. And that's, a big part of the film festival are all the parties they have after the screenings are done. And so
Where is the schedule? Are you going to post the schedule? No?
well, 8 o'clock, the most important part is 8 o'clock here, Saturday night. Now,
He's saving his voice for that.
I am.
Is that what you're doing?
I am. Now, the 48-hour film challenge is Saturday night at 6 o'clock. I'm going to screen all those films then. And you've seen those, Michael, where
Yeah.
people sign
Put
up.
right down, yeah.
They have 48 hours to make a short film. And they have to write it, shoot it, edit it, and do everything to it.
You've helped some people on that.
I
haven't
have.
you?
And you have to include elements that they give you on the spot.
Your film won? Oh, the one with the car?
That proves that you have not made this film in the future.
I think, Chris, did your son win something? Oh.
I was an actor in the film that his sons made, and in the student category. I was in it and won first place that year.
We don't have too many people in this town, so you have to use everybody who's standing
That's
next
right.
to you to do
So
everything.
yeah, they cast me in it, and I helped to get a location and so forth and so on. It turned out okay, really did.
He won.
So he won first place in the student category.
But who's bragging?
And so it's always an interesting thing how people can basically go without sleep for 48 hours to get their little film made.
It's only 48 hours. You know, it's like school, right? That's how you do things.
Right.
Oh, Sarah, there is. Las Cruces channel is doing the film festival, and on the Las Cruces channel film network or studio.
Network.
We have a studio. What's it? Do you have a .com?
Yes, you can see all these on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
But not TikTok. Why is that? Why is that? No TikTok. Can you answer that one? No? You don't know how to do TikTok?
It can't be on everything.
Okay.
Would we want to be?
Well,
We're kind of exclusive, really.
If you're hankering for parties, are we done with your thing about the...
We're partying right here.
I like this. Don't you like this after a while?
Well,
is it getting better or just about the same?
I should hope so.
Speaking, if you want to party, go next door to the state that has failed in many ways and continues to force itself to fail.
Texas really is a failed state these days. I mean, they eliminated masks. You don't have to wear a mask anymore. I would, though, if I were you. All the businesses are wide open. No.
You know, you're thinking if you open businesses, keep masks. One or the other. Don't go crazy.
Yes, and there's no 25% occupancy.
No, 100% occupancy.
100%, no masks.
They've been having trouble in El Paso. Even when there's restrictions, people were going into bars. And
Yes, and the virus was the worst there it's been in the entire region.
And probably syphilis.
I mean, what else is Texas been known for doing poorly?
What?
Well, they had
Electric.
a blizzard. People had no water. They had no power, no gas, no heat. The roads were impassable. I think Texas has given up.
Do you think they have a death wish? Or you said something very...
Well, Texas is as crippled as their governor in the wheelchair.
Okay, that was the thing I was thinking about. Distasteful, but pretty true.
Well, it is true. There he is.
Yeah.
He's in a wheelchair. Has been for years.
And hopefully he's not trying to do it to everybody else, which is my theory about Russia, you know, trying to kill all the people in Texas for some reason.
It was like FDR. They tried not to show him in the wheelchair, but he lives in the wheelchair.
Yeah, but if you're watching TV, you'll see it. So Texas is open for business, so you can go to Specs if you dare. I wonder if they're going to shun you if you wear a mask.
Well, it used to be if we in Las Cruces went to El Paso and came back, we would have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Right.
Is that
Well,
the
you
case
probably
now?
still do.
Probably still supposed to do that.
Yeah, if you went anywhere.
Well, they did relax the travel restrictions.
People are getting shots, though.
They recommend you quarantine in place, but you're not forced to anymore.
It's not like they were watching your house.
Plus, a lot of
Were
people,
they watching your house?
lots of people live in Las Cruces and work in El Paso, and they commute every day.
And vice
How
versa.
can they-
Some people who will live in El Paso work here.
That's true. How can they quarantine for 2 weeks?
Hold their
And they go
breath.
out to work.
They hold their breath. Or they wear a mask.
They should. They certainly should. And
Well,
so now,
we're
Michael,
open for business.
what is the next drink we're going to have?
Well, this was, remind me what that drink was.
I remember.
It was a remind me drink.
Oh, remind me.
The next one, you know, you got to admire people making up names of drinks. The next one is called the Geez Louise. And when you come back, that's more complicated than this one. So we'll see how that goes. So Geez Louise, remind me when we come back that we have to do some Geezing on Louise.
I bet it's going to have Cynar.
Yeah, it's going to have Cynar.
Louise.
Cynar.
Okay. We'll be back after these words. And
We'll tell you about
this
Cynar.
cocktail. And after I clear my voice.
How you can do that? Oh, this has wine also.
Get your popcorn, no ticket needed, because this year we're going virtual. Enjoy over 100 movies from the comfort of your own home. The Las Cruces International Film Festival 2021 is coming this March 3rd to the 7th. Go to lascrucesfilmfest.com for more information.
Come to you to customize your kitchen and bathroom with beautiful countertops and cabinets. Find out more at horizongranite.com. Call us at 575-650-3180.
Horizon Granite is here.
It's here.
Make yourself a beautiful home.
Hi, I'm Ray Bamberg with Here on Earth. I would like to invite you for a free hearing evaluation to our office. We've been here in southern New Mexico for 34 years helping people hear better.
Welcome back to Double Talk right here on the Las Cruces channel. The Corona Cast going headlong into the weekend.
Into the next drink.
Into the weekend. Saturday,
Yes.
of course, we have the Las Cruces Film Festival right here at the Las Cruces Film Studios. And
Big thing in town. I mean, when Las Cruces has a film,
the presentation scenario will be going on right here live Saturday night at 8 o'clock.
When you think of film festivals, what do you think of? Cannes and Las Cruces.
Las Cruces.
That's it.
Well, there's the Venice Film Festival. That's pretty good, too.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, Venice. No, Venice.
You know, I
What's
had
that known for? That's shaky, you know? It's underwater almost, you know?
Hey, you know, I had a film that I directed. There was an official selection in 7 film festivals, and it won 3 awards.
Is that the one with the lowrider?
Yeah, the lowriders.
And I still get comments on that when I post it.
That's right.
Well, it's always posted. Oh, so this next one is Geez Louise, which also includes Averna. Where's the camera?
Which was in the previous drink.
This is the only thing that's keeping this together.
But that's the through line, right?
Yes, the through line is Averna. As long as you got a bottle, you might as well use it.
So how much?
This one's, God, 1.33 ounces, man.
Well, go easy now.
God, that's, how big is a third? Is that less than a half? 3
I don't
is
know,
a bigger
Mr.
number.
Mr.
So
Math Whiz, you
I
tell
don't know. Let's see.
I'm not going to let you do my taxes.
You might be better off if you do. This calls for triple sec. Mark doesn't like triple sec because it's, you know,
No.
modifier.
It's that
Anyways,
sweet
so
stuff.
we always switch off with Cointreau,
Cointreau is much
which
better.
is better. It was what we
Far better.
decided is better for margaritas as well.
We've proven that on this show more than once.
This is the weirdest recipe. This is from Difford's guide on the internet, which I use a lot. And
Okay.
it's all in thirds.
So a third of an ounce in that?
2/3.
You know how I'm averse to sweet drinks? Is this going to be another one of those?
I don't know. I've never had it.
But you know what the
I don't
ingredients
think
are.
Averna. You know, this one actually doesn't have any clear liquid in it.
Oh, no grappa?
No grappa.
Thank
So
you.
that was the triple sec, which is what it is.
But now the Cynar, right?
The Cynar. So as I mentioned before, you have to help me count this because this is
Oh, my.
5/12 of an ounce of Cynar.
I think you can eyeball that.
5/12 of an ounce.
How accurate is your measuring device?
This is just.
Don't shake.
That's it, man.
Huh?
That was it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And those of you who don't remember how I explained Cynar, it's actually made out of artichokes. An artichoke aperitif.
liqueur.
Yes, it's pretty cool.
It's not sweet, though.
I already put the lime in.
Yeah, we have fresh squeezed lime.
The coconut would be good. Lime's in there, 2/3 of an ounce. And I think we just shake it, and then we put soda water.
We don't
on
use the Napoleon, right?
after what?
We don't use this, do we?
No, that I could have used it.
That was the
but
previous drink.
I could have used it, but I used that instead.
Very good.
Wanted to be true to our, roots here.
That's the kind of show this is.
You know what? I wonder if this is going to, we thought, remind me, knocked us out. Geez Louise. You think we'll say Geez Louise?
It's called Geez Louise.
That's
Who
what
named it that?
Difford.
Louise?
Difford from Difford's Guide. He's a nice guy.
Some guy named Louise.
Same color, kind of, probably due to
Very
the amaro.
similar brownish amber color.
Sort of like Scotch-like. Ooh, you get a little more.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
go ahead. I'm glad to have sniffed the lime juice because that's going to help cut the sweetness, I'm sure.
Yes, but also we have, it's
Oh.
supposed to have 1.5 ounces of soda water. So 1 ounce and 2/3, which means you get
1/3.
6/3. I don't know.
2/3 cut in half is 1/3, right?
I'll give you some and I'll give me some, and that's how it works. So we're using,
Okay.
this
tonic
is
water.
a cooler. It's a Collins.
Actually, I'm glad to see the tonic water.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll help.
Much better than the first drink, Michael.
Wow.
Much better. Is it not?
Well, it's got some air to it. I wonder if we put some tonic water in the first drink, it would make it better too. It would have done it.
I think you might be right about that. I think this has more complexity.
This is a good summer drink.
It surely is.
Man, the Averna,
It's called the Geez Louise.
Geez Louise. Go
Only
look
right here
at
on the Las Cruces
Difford's
channel.
Guide. Or on Difford's Guide in something called the Google World.
Google World. Hey, now we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the passing of Karen Trujillo, Las Cruces superintendent of schools, who was tragically killed accidentally,
Actually, on Friday of last week, right
and just
before
2 blocks away from where we do our show.
It's kind of scary. Not too many people get knocked down walking their
her
dogs.
Somebody
The
who came
dogs
up-
were hurt too. They
I think
were hurt, but they
somebody
lived.
wasn't paying attention, and it wasn't
Well,
Karen.
it was a driver.
Well, it had to be.
He said he was driving into the sun,
Yeah.
but she's got dark hair. I think you could, see the contrast
Well,
between the background and dark hair.
somebody's going to jail.
You don't necessarily go to jail if you report it.
Well,
and if you're not drunk.
If you're negligent, if it's negligent
negligence,
homicide,
But if the sun's in your eyes,
No.
I think you get. Yeah, I think you do, man. They've never mentioned this guy's name because.
so it's okay to run over anybody if the sun's in your eyes.
Right.
It's like cops saying, "Oh, I felt in fear for my life, so I had to kill 3 people." They already get away with that.
Yeah, well, yeah. So don't you think you should get away with killing people for the sun being in your eyes?
Yeah, I guess with that logic, sure.
Yeah, that's a good logic.
Now, I thought she was doing a fine job.
She was fun. She was great. She came on this, not this show, but on this studio.
She's been in the studio before.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the former Secretary of Education for the state of New Mexico. Mm-hmm. And she has a PhD, had a PhD in education.
Yeah.
Her replacement, her interim superintendent, replacing her temporarily is Ralph Ramos.
Yes.
And
What can you tell us about him, Mark?
I don't know much about him.
I'm sure
It's
he's
a
been hanging
requirement for superintendents of Las Cruces Public Schools to have a PhD. We don't know if he does or not because they don't mention it. But we wish him well,
They made
in
him.
the interim period until they find a new superintendent of schools.
Technically, you're saying that you need a PhD
That's
to
Ralph.
be the superintendent.
You do.
But you don't need it to be the interim superintendent.
Apparently so.
So who knows? We don't know. Write in and let us know what you think. Look at the website under his
Yes.
picture.
That's
we
Ruben.
don't have that.
Now, speaking of schools, as we are, Columbia Elementary School, which is just up the road from our studio, was built so amateuristically and so poorly that it took about 2 years for the mold to take over the school. They put the walls in backwards. The mold retention walls were installed backwards by Wooden Construction. And all
Too
of the
pathetic to
students
think about,
there
yes.
had to be transferred to Centennial High School.
Now. They
Well,
just
luckily,
did that.
when we
was
had the
theirs.
room for them.
That's the solution to that because they figured there's no way to
They had to close the school.
They couldn't reverse the walls that they made. They couldn't interchange the walls.
Apparently,
So
the mold had extended throughout the school.
one would hope that somebody making schools would have gone to school.
Well, apparently there was a big rush to get the school finished, and they cut a lot of corners. And I don't know why Wooten Construction isn't the one to pay for the now
I would think so.
authorized destruction of the school. It has to be completely torn down
How many millions of dollars did it cost?
and then rebuilt.
Yes, hopefully by somebody else. Yeah, they should take the responsibility. You know, if you look around at all the schools we have in town, which is a lot, and how much each one costs, they haven't been used for about a year anyway. So
True.
it's kind of sad.
So we've got
But
plenty
we
of
do
time to
need
tear
schools.
down the Columbia Elementary, rebuild it at great expense to the taxpayer.
Well, they're just gambling on, you know, what's going to be good, right? I'm segueing you.
What's going to be good?
Yeah, what's going to be good for a school if they're going to be able to gamble and make a new school that doesn't have mold in it?
Well,
That's a
speaking of
gamble.
gambling,
Oh, Worry's doing that? That's a segue. Mark, you.
have you heard that Sunland Park Racetrack and Casino is opening up again? They're following Texas's El Paso lead. They're reopening, although there'll be no dining in the restaurant. And the casino will be at 25% capacity. Same
Which
with
is
the
a New
racetrack.
Mexican. They're in New Mexico.
They're
really.
in New Mexico. They're just across the border into New Mexico.
Yes, there's such a little leeway there.
Texas doesn't allow gambling, but New Mexico has 5 racetracks and casinos, or more, 5 racetracks and
Texas just likes to
multiple
gamble
casinos.
with their government, right?
And
Their
so-
government's gambling because.
They're out of control. Now,
Oh, this is an event you're looking forward to,
Saturday,
Yes.
March 13th,
which would be next week.
next Saturday, there's a gun buyback event for people who are fed up with the guns. They don't want the guns anymore. Maybe they can get a few bucks for them. A gun buyback event, March 13th, 550 North Sonoma Ranch Boulevard. If you show up with an assault weapon, you get a $250 gift certificate, $200 for semi-automatics, $100 for rifles and pistols. So if they don't accept ammunition, show up with a gun that's unloaded,
I would hope.
and they will give you credit for it if you no longer want your weapons.
And I think that 550 North Sonoma Ranch is just north of the neighborhood Walmart, right? You're not really taking a stand on this.
No,
but
no.
I think it is.
Yes, it's a public service building
Yeah, so
where they have police.
we'll
fire.
see. I'm sure there'll be lines of cars there because people don't want their guns now that everybody's killing each other.
That's from 9 o'clock until 1 o'clock. So it's not all day.
So
So
Saturday,
get your gift cards
yeah, get gift cards for what?
to give you
Correct.
guys.
We're
Get a gift
wrapping it
card
up.
for you guys.
We're wrapping it
That's it for the show tonight, today, and tomorrow.
Tonight you can get food at Andale's at a special price if you're going to mention the Las Cruces Film Festival. And tomorrow Lorenzo's will help you
Absolutely. And if you see us there, come up and say hello.
and buy us a drink.
We'll see you next week right here on Dump Talk, and Saturday night, right here for the Film Festival Awards celebration.
All I can say is, geez Louise.